Well, fatal accidents along I-44 have been increasing at an alarming rate over the past couple of years. Now, KOAM Samantha Walker is with us this morning to share how these accidents can leave a lasting impact on mental health of those involved. Good morning to you, Samantha. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. So talk to me about these I-44 crashes that have been occurring over the past year. Now, we often are told that, driving on the highway is one of the safest things you can do, but that hasn't been the case.
Well, when you think about it, I-44, you see thousands of travelers through there every day. You see speeds of upwards of 70 miles an hour. There's also lots of construction.
Sure.
And so when you look at it that way, it's not necessarily risk-free. I think something that was said as I was doing this story is the only person you can control in that roadway is you. The only drivers you can, focus on is yourself. Right. And you have to pay attention to what other people are doing, but you're the only one who can control you.
Absolutely.
So
talk to me a little bit about the timeline of the uptick in these fatal crashes over the past few years and when maybe perhaps authorities started seeing a trend.
Yeah, so what I specifically was looking at is numbers that Joplin Police Department, JPD, were responding to for I-44. They're just one of the agencies that might respond to a crash on I-44. Right. Missouri State Highway Patrol is the other one, the big one. But so we looked at numbers for 2022, 2023, and 2024, and we looked from the time period of January to October.
Okay.
So in 2022, JPD responded to just one fatal crash on I-44. In 2023, that number jumped up to 3. And then in 2024, it was 4 for January through October. So when you compare it to 1 to 4 within just a span of 2 years, that is a pretty startling increase.
Absolutely. And so are there any commonalities with these crashes? Do they happen at specific times of the day or night? And is it, high speeds, distractions? What have you noticed?
Well, every crash is different. I looked through both the JPD crash reports and as well as Missouri State Highway Patrol crash reports for different fatal crashes. Every crash is different, but there's some different factors that do play into it. Those high speeds are a huge part of it. You have people who are going 70 plus miles an hour. And then, we see a lot of times with exits as well.
Sure.
People are going too fast when they're trying to exit. That's another issue that we're looking at. Construction zones are another place where we might see some of these accidents as well. So, they're just encouraging people, pay attention to other drivers, pay attention to the roadways, what signs you're seeing, that sort of thing. So you're as aware as possible to what's happening on that road.
Sure. And real briefly here, one of the biggest focal points of your special report is the mental impact this has on first responders and also witnesses of the crash. If you could just briefly talk to me about what you've noticed and kind of, how it makes these people feel when they're witnessing it.
Well, fatal crashes, when you get there, you realize this is somebody who's lost their life. This is somebody's mother or wife or father or son or somebody's child. And so they're realizing somebody's gone there. And, first responders, I was talking, with JPD, and they said they train for this, but it's still something you never truly can be prepared for. And so it's hard.
It is hard. Well, Samantha, thank you so much for being with us this morning. Of course, Samantha will share her special report tonight on KOAM News. Stick around. We'll be right back.